Namaskar, Swamiji. So, welcome to another interview with Art of Living Masters, Swami Gnantej. Hello, Swami Gnantej ji. Namaskar. And we are very honored and privileged to have this opportunity to talk with you, especially since Nikita, one of the members from the Art of Living, sent me a profile which was so interesting, which tells me that you were actually an engineer by profession, and you mentioned that you've done computer science.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about yourself and how you are now on this journey.
So I'm born in Kerala, South India. So I did my engineering and I finished my studies. And I started working with one of this leading IT company. And I worked with the company for about a year plus. And by then I had done the programs of Art of Living, and later I've joined the movement and started teaching and working for it.
Were you always attracted to the spiritual aspect of life, or was it only after you joined the Art of Living programs that something went aha for you?
To be honest, I was never into spirituality. Even though my grandmom, my parents were into all the rituals and temples, I would never go to temple. I would, I was never into spirituality, to say so. But then doing Art of Living course was a big thing in my life. Something in me transformed. So yeah, that's where it started. So I wanted to know more about it, and the journey started there.
So what was the best thing you liked in your initial courses with Art of Living? Was it the meditation, the breathing, or was it just something else?
Art of Living taught me life is a celebration. And my idea of celebration during those days as a youngster growing up was different, right? So every time we celebrate before Art of Living, I end up being tired. But there was a big shift after the Art of Living program, the understanding about myself, about life, and I understood life is much, much, much deeper than what we all think. And that real sense of celebration, important.
That's beautiful. I like the thought that life is a celebration and life is already a purpose in itself. So that's beautiful. Thank you.
So Gurudev often says that life is a celebration. So it's very beautiful.
When you joined, so how long has it been since you've become
a full-time Art of Living volunteer? It's been I joined ashram in 2004. So since then I've been traveling.
You are here to do a workshop.
Yeah.
Can you describe that the workshop for us?
Yeah, so we are doing this program called Mind, Mantra and Music. So these are three aspects which is sometimes neglected but very beautiful if you know a little more about it. Every person, every individual should have knowledge about mind. The reason being, it's a skill to keep mind in the present moment. Otherwise, if you notice, always mind is in the past or worrying about the future. So when you are in the office, you are always thinking about home. What is about the children? What is about? Yes. When you are at home or going for a holiday, you are worried about your office. So you are never there, so you are not perceiving it 100%. You are not enjoying the moment, be it good or bad. You are not perceiving it 100%. So to keep the mind at the moment is a skill.
I see.
So there is the first level is to have an understanding, take your awareness to that level. So it's easy to say, but how do you do that? So there are few things in the tradition our masters have taught us. So we will be teaching very simple methods to bring your mind into the moment and to understand yourself better, to see the patterns of mind.
Could you also share with Indo-Indians a very small technique to suddenly be in the present?
The easiest way is to observe your breath, because a breath has a corresponding, every emotion of yours has a corresponding pattern. Like if you are angry, you breathe very fast.
Yes.
And if you are very sad, it's very heavy. If you are happy and joyful, it's very light and fresh. So the easiest thing is to bring your attention to your breath. Breath is like a thread which controls that mind, like how you control a kite. So close your eyes, observe your breath, take long deep breath in, breathe out with awareness, and you're there.
Yes. Yeah, thank you. The other question that really troubles me sometimes is when I read spiritual text or when I speak to other people who are on this journey, they talk about the heart. They try to differentiate the heart from the mind, and they say the mind has got nothing to do with spirituality. What is your viewpoint?
Yeah, so there are so many definitions, so many understanding. To keep it simple, let's say the flow of thoughts. Keep it as mind. So there are different modulations also. Sometimes you are fantasizing, sometimes you are judging, sometimes you are questioning, sometimes you are got onto wrong knowledge, wrong understanding. If nothing of this, you are into sleep or you are dreaming. So the different aspects of mind, modulations of mind. So yeah. So if you understand the nature of mind, that which vacillates between the past and the future.
Yes.
And also that which perceives. In the sense you are looking at me right now, but there are some times you are looking at me, but you are thinking about your home. So you are not seeing what actually happening here. Sometimes I am saying so many things, but your mind is somewhere else. That faculty which perceives. Are you getting this?
Yeah.
So if your mind is not there, it happens most of the times in the schools, in the classes, when children sit there, they'll be like looking at the teacher, and the teacher must be teaching, but there something is not there, that faculty which perceives. See that? That is a mind. And heart is a seat of love, joy. So it is said, Gurudev Sri Sri Ravi Sringarji has given a very beautiful definition to spirituality. So somebody asked him, what is spirituality? He said it's a journey from your head to heart. So when we say about that heart factor, it's a seat of love, it's a seat of that. Anything intense with beauty, that's a seat. So at that level of heart, there is no judgment, there is no division, there is no you, there is no me. Are you getting this? So spirituality is being there. So it is more about a heart content.
Very nicely put. So when we meditate, do we think or do we feel?
When we meditate, we just relax. We don't do anything. We just let go. So there is a common perception that meditation is about concentration or meditation is about focusing. It is not. Meditation is actually deconcentration. You just let go. Because many people come to me and say, I'm getting so many thoughts. Meditation is so many thoughts are coming. So I tell them, no, it's not coming. So many thoughts are going out of your system. So don't worry about it. Observe your thoughts. Let it happen. Give that chance for all that things to happen, and you relax, observing what is happening, being in that nature of the seer, and sitting there and observing like what is happening, and relaxing, letting go.
So how is meditation linked to prayer?
So in the scriptures it said the highest form of puja is meditation. The purpose of a prayer or a ritual was to take a person to meditate. In the sense, one name for Lord Shiva is Dhyana Aharaya. In the scriptures when you chant it, Dhyana Aharaya. Dhyana Aharaya means what? Dhyana is meditation, Ahara means food. That which for which meditation is food, that is Shiva. The food for your soul, your consciousness, is dhyana. Often we take a lot of food for the body, but we don't care about the self. What is the food for yourself? That is dhyana, meditation. Are you getting this? So the prayers, the puja, the rituals was a way to connect your inner self. But now these days it has become like just a ritual where you stand in the deity and attend to phone calls. You know, again once Gurudeva said this very beautiful thing. You go to a temple, you stand in front of the Lord, and the Lord is very nicely decorated with all the garland, very beautifully decorated. You stand in front of Him. What is the first thing you do? You keep your eyes closed, isn't it?
Yes.
You go to a temple, you say, keep your eyes closed. So, if you see the God is there, why would you close your eyes? You should be opening your eyes and looking at and praying.
Very good point. Never thought of that before.
So, Gurudev says it's right within. It is inside.
You're looking in.
And our wise men of our tradition, they said this. God, you're searching everywhere. That is right within. So the first phase of a puja, when we begin a puja, the first few things what we do is we invoke the divinity in everything, all the utensils and everything kept, and then we say, okay, that divinity which is within, please come here and sit in these toys and these idols for a few minutes. I want to play with you. Yeah. So we say, you invoking the presence of the divinity which is within, do come here, be here for some time. I would like to play with you. So any puja is not complete if you are not meditating is what I have understood. So it's most important. Meditation is the highest form of prayer, highest form of puja, and every tradition believed in this. Every tradition supported this.
That's very nice. In your workshop, you'll also be talking about mantra and music. So can you also touch upon these two parts?
Yeah, so mantra and music, we introduce it as a way to go deep within, understand yourself. So these are two, I would call it as techniques probably, using music to go deep within. Mantra, how it helps you to be with yourself, bring you back, gather you back when you are lost, So if you notice, many a times we go for big pujas and prayers is when we have some trouble, when we have some problems. So what happens when you sit there, listen to all that chants, you are gathering yourself together. So once when you gather yourself together, now you are strong. Your self is strong. The day your self is strong, or you have realized you are stronger, then you can encounter anything, any problem. Why you are bogged down with problems is your self is so weak. Mantra is a way to gather yourself together. And sound is a form of energy. And these Vedic mantras definitely have that energy to lift your spirit up.
Is it, would you recommend that when you start chanting a mantra, you should learn it properly so that you pronounce it properly?
Yeah, so there are different ways to it. One is learning it properly and chanting, because there are few mantras where the intonation should be right, the pronunciation should be right. So it is advised to learn such mantras. So for example, if you chant mantras like Rudram, so it is good to learn it so that the pronunciation is right and you say the right thing. Because in Sanskrit is a very interesting language, a slight change can change the whole meaning. Yeah. So there is a story in Devi Bhagavata where this saint, he was doing Devi Puja with great devotion. So his wife was helping him out. So he used to read all that Devi Saptashati every day. So there is a line where he was supposed to say Rakshyami, instead he said Bhakshyami. So Bhakshyami means please eat. No. Rakshyami means please save. So story goes, Devi came and so the letter, the word, it's good to have an understanding. But on the other side, there are simple mantras like Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Shivaya, Om Namo Narayana. These are very powerful mantras. You chant it regularly, uplifts your nervous system. So Yeah, so it is not necessary that you have to again sit for years of studies, because there are simple mantras which would do the same thing.
Right.
Yeah. So
Thank you. It was really interesting talking to you,
very happy.
and I learned so much today. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Jai.
Jai Guru.